those lags. So I'm going to come back, grab the torque bit that's proper for it, and so I'll see you in about 10.
Oh, sorry about that. I figured they were lags. I forgot.
It's all good, brother. We'll get it.
See you in a bit. Welcome back, friends. So I was thinking this morning, as I was setting up for getting ready to mill the big log for the outside workbench, what a shame to waste this last piece here and not make it into something useful. So I thought to myself, what is it you're lacking down here? And what I'm lacking is an 18-foot bench. So why don't we just take a minute, I've got all the tools down here to do it, pull this out and turn it into a beautiful riverside bench that everyone can enjoy for the summer. We've got a couple options here. So as far as legs go, we can go one of two ways. We can go Lincoln log style, which is what we grew up with, as you know, the cross hatch, a small piece that it sits on, and that's fine and all, but it's a little bit clunky. I think there's a more elegant solution, and that's going to be a mortise and tenon leg, a smaller leg like a traditional bench has. Let's go over tools and raw material here. So I've got over there in the burn pile, I've got some aspen, which is about 3.5 inches in diameter, which is perfect because this will work out great for my tenon tool, for my lumberjack tenon tools here. We got a mortise and tenon tool that we can make a really nice connection. Now that bench is going to be almost 18 feet long, so we're going to have to support it in the middle. We can't just do legs on the outside. We'll have to also put two legs on the middle just to account for all that span. Plus, if you sit a whole bunch of people on it, it would most certainly break. So this is where we'll start right here. So for the tools, you'll see these are amazing tools. If you haven't seen how to mortise and tenon a log, you're going to enjoy this. It's just 3 components. We got our cordless drill, we got the Osage Orange Commander to drive it home, bark spud, and our impact driver, and our stump vise, which we'll mount here in a minute. So let's go debark. We'll start with that, and then we'll start laying out for our 6 legs. This tool here is a bark spud. Probably most of you haven't seen this. I forged this on my wood forge years ago. Made the socket and had a Tennessee hickory handle. This is the handiest thing. It's got a little bit of a curve on it and a chisel point. And the radius is for following the log, and it's very effective in debarking. It's a very old tool, but a very effective tool. So why remove the bark? Well, the bark invites bugs. Bugs like to hide and chew on the bark, and wood will rot quick if you leave the bark on, if it's outside like this. This, of course, if you're just joining us, is Douglas fir. A lot of confusion with guys, especially East Coast guy. He doesn't understand the difference between fir and pine and thinks that it's all the same thing. It's not at all the same thing. Douglas fir, given as a whole, as the whole package, for the best all-around wood in the world, it's undisputed. The log tenon process is pretty violent, so you want to have a significant vise to hold it. It's hard to hold down a round object like that without a proper vise. So this is a lumberjack tenon vise, and we'll just borrow the end of this log here. I imagine 2 screws are enough for this. To make log mortise and tenons, you need 4 tools, and first off, you need a powerful drill. I'm trying this out for the first time. I I've got this one and DeWalt's biggest, baddest drill. I'm actually going to do a shoot off here in the next couple days to see which one's tougher and which one I want to go forward with and keep. But this thing's supposed to be a monster, so we'll find out today. I've never done this cordless. So the three tools are here's of course this is your mortise tool. This is going to make the hole, right? And this will chamfer it out. You'll see here in a minute. These are all USA made lumberjack tools. Very nice, good company, good family company. And then here is the this is the tenon. No, that's the tenon tool. Anyway, you'll see. You see all the knives on there? So we'll start with this guy and this, and we'll see if this drill has enough horsepower to handle this, because this is asking a lot. Oh, the vise let go. A lot of torque on that. Now that's giving me the fizz there. What a tool. Look at those chips, guys. That is it. That is all 6 legs with their tenons. All right, let's go do the mortises. For the mortise here, we're going to use we'll start with just a regular, what is this, 1.5 inch? Yeah, 1.5 inch, kind of a aggressive Forstner bit that we'll put in here to angle. And we'll set this in, what do we say, 6 inches from the edge, just to give ourselves a little bit of material there. So this is kind of subjective. It's hard to measure it, you know, when you have all these angles and things going on. But so what we can do is once we get them in and set with the commander, then we can trim them with string line. To finish off our mortise, we'll use this tool here, which is a beveling tool. It's got a big knife on it, and it's got a bearing that fits that exact hole. And this is going to give us a chamfer, which is going to give us a nice finish as well as a lot of strength. Meet the commander. Remember Brian? Brian used to work for me. He built this for me. It's made out of Osage orange, and it is it's one of those things that'll last multiple lifetimes. Osage orange, if you didn't know, I've heard that it has more BTUs in it than coal. That guys have actually, if you overfire a stove with it, there's so much heat in it that it'll melt some stoves. I don't know if that's true or not, but wouldn't surprise me. So here you can see we have a really great fit. So we'll look at the natural shape of this. If it has a little bit of a bow, and bow it out, give a little bit more stability. But that should seat in there pretty nice. Boy, we've got some murderous sun today, don't we? I think that looks pretty acceptable. All right, let's continue on. Proceed. For our middle set. So we are overall on this bench, that's 17.5 feet. So let's see, what's the math? 17? Who wants to divide 17 in half? I'm gonna have to ponder on this. So 10, that's 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So what is it, 8.5? So 9 feet? No. I'm gonna do this off camera. Half of 7's 3. 8.5. Public school strikes again. For you UK people, you might think that public school, that's a fine education, but it means the opposite in the States. That's the state-run schools, which are, well, we all know what they are. 8 foot 8 inches. I figured it out. That drill's a banger. I'm on Twitch too. I know what the kid's talking about. Final step will be a string line to cut the center teeth, or the center legs with the outside legs. The legs in the center are narrower, meaning they're not steep of an angle, they're closer in so that they're not a trip hazard in the center, because all they really need to do, they're not there for stability, they're there for support, for weight. Put a little notch here just to keep the string line from coming out, and we'll go across. Pull that line tight, and now we can get a rough approximation of where, you know, just by eyeballing it, where that is going to need to sit, right? So we're flat. We'll kind of match that angle. One of my favorite saws, the Gaikouchu Japanese razor saw, the timber saw. Just perfect. I liked it so well that I made a custom Doug fir sheath for it to keep it nice. This sheath is the reason why it's still nice, because it's, you know, whoops, backwards. Oh, what did I do here? Thought I had there we go. Because these Japanese saws are so delicate. A lot of you guys have been asking me why I went back to the Benchmade 940 over the Spyderco Para. Well, I'm going to do a video on that because it's important. Non-knife people are going to say, what, they don't get it, but those of us who carry quality knives and use them 10, 20 times a day, you guys get it. I'll do a video on it because it's an important topic, I think. Ooh, about came out and bit me. Well, it's just what we needed out here. How about that? That's something else, a 18-foot bench. You don't see those every day. I just realized how tall it is after I got it on here. I'm at 6'4". I'm always making stuff. When I make stuff, I'm always making it for my size, which ends up being a little bit too tall for average height people, but that's all right. They can get a little step and hop up here and join the rest of us. But that turned out nice. I don't know how many folks you could get on here, but I'd say a bunch. I guess, what do you need? 2 feet of space per person? So that's 9 people, 8 people. All right, now I got a place to have my lunch, and it's right on the right spot here to be right across from my fishing hole. All right, well, thanks for watching. May God bless you all. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.